Nigeria's political battlefield is once again ablaze, and this time the courtroom is in the front line. Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan of Kogi Central is taking on the federal government in what she calls a brazen act of political persecution. The stakes? Her reputation, her political survival, and a battle over the very principles of free speech and gender equality in Nigerian politics. But is this a legitimate case of defamation or a carefully orchestrated political witch hunt? Welcome with me. The saga began when Akpoti Uduaghan made public allegations that Senate President Godswill Akpabio allegedly instructed ex-Kogi Governor Yahaya Bello to have her killed. She voiced these claims at a public gathering in Ihima on April 4, 2025, and later reiterated them during a live interview. In response, petitions were filed by Akpabio and Bello, triggering 6 counts under the Cybercrimes Prohibition Prevention Amendment Act of 2024. The federal government, acting swiftly, moved to prosecute her. Many opposition voices immediately called the case politically motivated. In February, Akpoti Uduaghan had also accused Akpabio of harassment, a claim he vehemently denies. Her political ordeal intensified when the Senate Ethics and Privileges Committee recommended a 6-month suspension, stripping her of salary, security, and access to the chamber. Critics described the punishment retaliatory and disproportionate. A federal high court later declared the suspension unconstitutional, ordering her reinstatement, but the Senate has resisted, claiming the judgment isn't binding and is under litigation. Amidst this political tug of war, the 10th Senate quietly shifted its plenary resumption from September 23rd to October 7th, sparking suspicions that the chamber wants to avoid controversy during Independence Day week. On Monday, Akpoti Uduaghan's legal team, led by 4 senior advocates of Nigeria, filed preliminary objections in both the Federal High Court and the FCT High Court. They argued that the Attorney General of the Federation has no locus standi in what is fundamentally a private defamation dispute. Her lawyers called the charges unconstitutional, frivolous, and designed to intimidate opposition voices. They emphasized that defamation is inherently a civil matter, and criminalizing it threatens free speech, undermines democracy, and misuses the justice system. Exhibits presented in court reinforces that her statements fall within public discourse and media commentary, protected under democratic norms. The battle has now gone global. Over 350 women's rights organizations, led by Women Festo Network, petitioned the UN Special Rapporteur on violence against women and girls. They accused the Senate of gender-based discrimination, claiming that silencing a female senator sets a dangerous precedent for women in politics. Notable signatories include Amnesty International Nigeria, FIDA Nigeria, Boabab for Women's Human Rights, WIMBIS, and Stand to End Rape. Dr. Abiola Akiyode Afolabi, convener of the coalition, warned, if a senator can be silenced for reporting harassment, what hope do ordinary women have? The complaint calls for immediate reinstatement of Senator Natasha Akpoti and an impartial investigation into her harassment claim. Beyond one senator, this case exposes fault lines in Nigeria's democracy. It raises critical questions about the selective application of justice, political intimidation, and the space for opposition voices and governors. It also highlights the ongoing challenges women face in Nigerian politics, a domain still largely dominated by male gatekeepers. As the global and political drama continues, the questions become bigger than one senator or one Senate chamber. Is Nigeria witnessing a politically motivated persecution that threatens free speech and democratic principles. Should defamation in the public and political space be criminalized, or should it remain a civil matter? How can Nigeria even ensure gender equality and protection for women in politics? And what message does selective enforcement of the law send to opposition parties and the public? Can the judicial system uphold accountability without being manipulated for political ends? These are the critical questions on people's minds. We want to hear your thoughts. Which side do you stand on? Protection of free speech or accountability for public statements? How would Nigerian democracy navigate this turbulent waters? Well, this is Political Arena, where we break down power, politics, and the battles shaping Nigeria today. Do well to subscribe, like, share, and join the conversations in the comments. See you on the next one.
That is the order of the Senate.
Sir, order 10 on privileges. Order 10 on privileges.
Senator Natasha.
Any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice a motion declaring that the content of breach of privilege has been
immediately.